A few days ago, I was on this site on my Roku called Vudu, V-U-D-U, and for those who don't know what that is, it's a site where you can rent movies, and you can do it straight. You can stream them straight to your TV through your account to your TV, your tablet, your phablet, your phone, your laptop, your PC, your Mac. You know, I mean, it lets you stream it to all the devices. I believe it works for everything. I haven't tried it on every single thing, but I believe Walmart is the one that puts that one out, because you can buy movies at Walmart, and on the front it says you can get a Vudu credit, or if you buy their Market Fresh pizzas, and sometimes they'll have a little card in it that gives you a code, and you input the code on Vudu, and it uploads, like, some of those cards are like $5 off now, or $5 movie credit. What I have found out is, even though, like, I wasn't into the Jurassic Park movies. I watched the first one, second one I've probably seen, but they just really weren't big for me. But we bought a pizza at Walmart, and it had the little card for it. Now, most people will look at the card and be like, oh, I have to get the dinosaur movies, I don't want to worry about that. Or, oh, that's cool, I get to watch it. Well, you don't have to use it on the movie that they have there. The money, the little $5 credit or whatever you get, winds up being uploaded to your account, and you can rent anything they have on there. Sometimes they have movies that you can own the digital copy with the credit. Now, you can link it to your, what do you want to call it, your credit card, debit card, ATM card, whatever. You can link it to that, whereas if you're renting something, and say you have a $4 credit, and the movie you want to rent, the HD version or whatever might come as a, you know, it costs you $4.99 or $5 or whatever. It'll take the credit out, and then you'll have to pay the difference. So that means it'll get charged to your card. The whole thing won't go to your card. It'll just be what the extra that's left over would. Alright, now that I've explained Vudu to you guys, let me get back to what I was talking about. So, I was watching some trailers, and I came across this movie with Viola Davis and Jennifer Lopez called Lila and Eve. Now, earlier that, no, it wasn't that, yeah, I found it on there, and I saw the trailer for it amongst other trailers I was watching, and I was thinking, you know, I want to see that movie, maybe I'll rent it, you know, the next few days. I was talking to Jamie. He's like, that's not one I really want to see. I said, okay, it's one I can watch without you. I watch tons of movies without him because I like different things than he does. So I was like, okay. Well, then I was looking on one of my apps that I have to watch movies, and it had been put on there. So I was able to watch it for free. Now, the app, I had to run the HDMI cable from my laptop from our laptop to the TV, and it would just mirror what I was seeing here on my screen. It would mirror it to the TV screen, which is fine. That just meant we had the movie on two different screens at the same time. Now, the way that my living room's positioned, my TV is like in front of me, and my couch is straight across. If you're sitting and looking straight on, it's fine, but if you want to lay down, you're having to crook your neck to watch the TV. So sometimes having the extra screen means that I can angle it better, and I can watch the computer screen until I get tired of being in that position, and then I can switch and watch it. So, the upside to that is, a lot of people are like, well, why don't you just watch it on your computer? Because a lot of laptops, depending on what you're trying to watch or whatever, the speakers are not like super, super loud. Whereas if you run the HDMI cable to your TV, you crank up the volume completely on the laptop, you can keep turning the volume up on your TV and you can hear it better. Now, being that it's been so hot, I've had to have fans going that makes more noise, so some things when I turn the volume on the computer, I can't barely even hear it. The TV's been the same way. I've been having to up the volume on that just because I can't hear it. So, okay. I watched, it was called Lila and Eve. basically this movie is about this this mother, Viola Davis, she was on the phone with her son, and he was out with some friends, or he was at the wrong place at the wrong time and got caught in the middle of a drive-by, and he got shot and killed. And she's grieving, so she goes to the support group, and she meets the leader of the support group, and she meets J-Lo, who I don't remember if Viola Davis was Lila or if J-Lo was Lila, but one's Lila, the other's Eve. And J-Lo talks Viola Davis into getting even for, you know, finding out who killed her son, and basically an eye for an eye, taking him out, or whoever they are out. So you go through this entire thing where she's talking to the police detective, and the police detective's not really doing much, and she's tracking down leads, but as she's tracking down leads, she had found a gun that she had another son too. She found a gun, and the one son was trying to protect the family because the mother was on medication and was you know, mixing meds with alcohol, and it was one thing after another. That's weird. My arm looks bruised, but there's nothing there. It's the lighting. One thing after another, and she goes from one degree to another to try to figure out who ordered the hit, or who did the drive-by, and why was her son killed. And come to find out, he wasn't even the target of this drive-by. It was this drug dealer, and her son was basically at the wrong place at the wrong time. And the movie was a little bit twisted. I don't want to give it away completely because I thought it was good, although about halfway through the movie I figured out what was going on. And it was weird, but it's worth a watch. And I think it was a Lifetime movie because it said Lifetime Productions or something, I don't know. So, if you get a chance, check that out. I also watched, what was it, Imaginary Stranger or Imaginary Friend on Netflix, which was a Lifetime movie as well. And Lacey Chabert, I don't know how people say it, she was in that movie, and she had some mental and emotional issues where, I guess her parents, when she was younger, it was traumatic for her because her parents fought a lot, and I don't remember if one killed the other or something, or what the deal was, but she manifested this imaginary friend to help her cope, and it worked while she was a kid. Well, she's older now, and her dad got killed. Actually, I think both of her parents are dead. And I'm sorry, I'm trying to remember because it was like a few days ago, and her parents are dead, and her parents' will left everything to her, but the only way she had to have somebody to sign power. She had to sign power of attorney to somebody. She had a lawyer, and he was the executor. I think he was the executor or something on the estate. And if her husband divorced her, then the money was null and void. It would just dissolve. Like, I don't know where the money went to. Obviously, it probably had a codicil or something in it to say, well, if she doesn't stay with this man or she gets divorced, then she's not entitled to this money. Well, basically, her husband was living off of her finances, or was living off of her money. He supposedly was a shrink, actually a psychiatrist. I don't know why they use the term shrink, but he was a psychiatrist, and he was she was an emotional basket case, and mentally she was having trouble coping with things. Well, he just kept making sure she was overly medicated and kept doing that. Well, he decided to gaslight her, because I think the way it worked, if she got checked into a mental facility, he'd have all access to her funds. But the power of attorney had expired, and he had to try to get a new one. Well, he didn't pay attention with the new power of attorney that it only allowed him to withdraw some funds, not know where anything else was going. Once, if somebody else decided to make a withdrawal or something, he wouldn't know, because he wasn't allowed, not privy to that information. He was living high off the hog. He was having this woman here and that woman there, and he was buying expensive gifts for them, and he tried to get this one lady to pretend to be his wife's ex, or his wife's imaginary friend, but she figured out that the woman wasn't a fake. But there was this line, or this woman was faking it for... She found out about it and turned it on him and made it look like she killed her imaginary friend, and he was all going crazy because he had one of his patients that he used to see. He excuse me for a minute. Sorry, throat's a little parched. He had her pretend to be her imaginary friend, so she'd pop up at weird times, and of course he'd pretend like he knew nothing about it. And a lot of times the girl would show up when... I don't think any of the time he would show up was when he was in the room, but long story short, he got a power of attorney signed, but when he got it signed, it wasn't as tight as the other one was. His wife managed to get all the money out of the account and put it somewhere else, and that was in her trust. And she basically gaslighted him until he wound up in the loony bin, and she and the imaginary friend became, or the girl wasn't an imaginary friend, and either they became friends or they parted ways. I don't know. All I know is she outsmarted him. So I thought that was an interesting movie. And then I watched Lila and Eve, and I'm like, geez, it's multiple personalities or imaginary friends, or it's just like a bad psychotic episode. So they were both good movies in their own. I just I don't know. I picked two movies out that wound up being weird the same day. So anyways, I'm going for now. I will try to get more videos out for you this week. Just bear with me. I think by mid next week I might be back on a regular schedule uploading. I've just been busy, had stuff going on, and I just haven't excuse me, I haven't really sat here to do a lot of the videos. Excuse me. I have seen the episodes of Big Brother this week, and I have no clue who's going to go home yet. I'll be out of the loop next weekend, or this next weekend, with the videos. Probably I might try to watch them from where we're staying at, but the likelihood is I'll probably just see the video, the stuff until maybe Monday or Tuesday, and then I'll be able to sit there and watch it more if I want to. The live feeds are good, except for sometimes they're really boring. I mean, if there's nothing going on, there's no point of sitting there and watching it. Anyways, like, fave, share, subscribe, pass my videos along, get my videos out there so people will see them. Megan Shepherd 81, meganshepard81 @gmail.com. Alright, I'm out.